I run an organization called What is Love, and we are exclusively working with youth in schools around dating violence, really helping young people understand what this looks like, how to connect to resources, how to get out in a safe way, and also how to advocate. How do we shift and change this culture at school around what healthy love looks like? So I'm going to have everybody close your eyes for a minute. And I want you to go back to 13 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old. I want you to go back in time to that first big love you had. Mm-hmm. First big love. Okay, does everybody have it? Okay, now open your eyes. Tell me the first word that popped into your head when you took yourself back to that time when you had your first big love experience.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Okay, good one. What was it?
Betrayal.
Be true?
Betrayal.
Betrayal. Okay, so some cheating. Yeah. Okay. What else? What other words popped into your head? Sadness. What else?
What a douche.
What a douche. What a douche. Good one. Insecurity. Yeah, especially. Go back to that teen, right? Where do I fit in? Who do I belong to? Who belongs to me? What other words popped into your head when you went back in time and thought about that first big love experience? How about some positive?
He's so hot.
Oh, he's so hot. Yes. Okay. What else? Huh? Excitement, right? Does everybody remember that feeling you'd get when you'd see that person walking towards you in the hallway, right? Maybe it was just a big crush, right? Or maybe it was your first experience of love. Okay, so everybody has an idea of what that looks like and feels like. You can travel back, right? Okay, so now I'm going to have everybody in this section right here. I guess I want you guys to stand up right here for me for just a second. I want you to look around. So at our schools, if this room were to represent every student in Santa Barbara Unified School District, this is how many students are experiencing dating abuse. Physical, emotional, sexual, and digital. Okay? Is anybody surprised that this represents about 1/3 of our students in our schools are reporting that they're experiencing one of these forms of abuse? Who's surprised or shocked by this? Eric, I know you do a lot of work working with you're still surprised by it. I know, me too. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so out of this 1/3 of young people that are experiencing one of those forms of abuse, most never tell anybody that it's happening, and most never ask for help. Why do you think that is? Embarrassment, shame, independence. I don't need help, right? Remember how you were when you were a teen, right? I can handle this.
Because
what else?
Teachers and administrators won't do anything about it.
Teachers and administrative and counselors are really struggling with, what is this? What does this look like? What are the community resources? And they don't really know and don't have a skill set. 80% of high school counselors don't know how to identify this.
All too often they make the person that's reporting wrong.
Right. So it's not safe to come forward to ask for help. Okay. Right. If I do say something or if I do ask for help, it could make it worse. Maybe I'm being threatened, right?
Suicide.
Right? Oh, if I say something, then everybody's going to know, right? I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed. You said something?
They think it's normal. I don't see it as a
normal. Okay, so where do our teens learn love? Where are some of the primary sources that they learn how to love? Huh? Disney? Oh, good one. We could talk about that for the next hour. Okay, where else? Parents, somebody say parents. Yeah, okay, so their primary, right? So I grew up in a home with a lot of domestic violence. I grew up with a dad who was arrested a couple of times and was just a very, very violent person. And so my early experience of dating abuse was watching my dad, how he treated my mom and his other wives, okay? So as a young person, of course I knew it wasn't okay for you to hit somebody in the face. Of course I knew that. But it was what I was familiar with. It was what I was kind of became my normal. It was what I sort of was drawn to, even though I knew it wasn't okay or didn't feel good. Okay, what else? How do our teens know what love is? What other things do they learn from our community and our environment around love.
The movies?
Yeah, so your person from Rape Crisis really covered that really well, and so did Courtney from Domestic Violence Solutions. So what do we do about it? What are some of the things that we can really help our youth understand what this looks like?
Educate them at a younger age.
Right, capture it at a younger age. Yeah. So, well, and as adults too, really understanding what this looks like and how to identify it and what resources are available and how to start a conversation. So What is Love is really committed to really helping young people in school settings in a very restorative way how to look at this kind of abuse. Research has shown that traditional approach that we've been using for decades now around here's this illegal thing you do, here's this bad thing you do, and here's this consequence or this punishment that you're going to get if you do it. It's not working. What we really need to do is create an environment and an opportunity for young people, whether you're doing this abuse, right? You're participating in it, or you're experiencing it, to have a safe place to understand why, and a safe place to take responsibility, full responsibility for doing something that's harming somebody, whether it's intended or not, and a safe place to ask for help. Because most teens that are doing this type of abuse hurt people. Do you guys understand what I mean by that? Most young people that are participating in this have had some experience in their life where people have hurt them. And they're acting out of something that they've learned or trying to cope in the best way that they can. So if we don't provide more opportunities for our youth to have a safe place where if they're doing this, they're participating in this, and they're creating harm to come forward, then we're really failing them as a community. I want to share with you that Dr. Cash from Santa Barbara Unified School District just signed a contract on June 24th with What is Love to be their primary dating violence prevention program for all of the high schools in Santa Barbara County. I want to say thank you so much to Dr. Cash for understanding the importance of this. I'm going to be going in to work with their teachers and all of their counseling staff in August, really helping them understand what this is, what this looks like, what are the resources, how can we get these youngsters help. We're going to be going in with assembly formats and telling stories, personal, real stories about people that have experienced this, and we're going to be really looking at it through a restorative lens. We're going to be offering 6-week intensive workshop series at the schools for kids that either come up right after the assembly or for counselors or teachers that say, ooh, now that I have a little more information, I'm going to direct that student to this program. We're going to have parent nights, so parents can have an opportunity to really understand what this looks like. How can I help my teen? How can I start a conversation? I've brought a little one-page handout for parents that's on the back wall there that really has some question starters. It has some warning signs of what to look for, and then it has the resources on that page. And please call me or email me if you have any other questions. I think I covered it. Anything else?